Get into the mind and motive of teen violence. Joining me now is psychologist Dr. Katherine Kuhlman, who is board certified in police and public safety psychology. Katherine, we've learned that with one of the arrests, Christopher Fantastic, prosecutors claim that this was a planned attack and done in retaliation. They claim that the suspects attacked the victim because the victim reported threats to the school. So that brings up the point, do these attacks actually keep victims from coming forward, or does it encourage them?
I think that the motive of the goons is that it's going to keep victims from coming forward. Is that, and that's what gangs do. That's what violence is about a lot of the time, is keeping people quiet with the, looming threat of something bad is going to happen to you. But as we're seeing, right, there's a number of incidences over the past year where people did report something, and so that tactic has not been super effective for them.
Yeah. Okay. So let's flip the point of view now and talk about the perpetrators. The fact that there are now 5 total arrests happening in the East Valley. Does that make the rest of the attackers who are still out there, does that make them more angry and want to incite more violence, or do they now want to lay low for fear of getting caught?
I think anyone who's logical is going to say these attackers are going to want to lay low. And that's what the theory of deterrence and criminal justice theory is all about, is that if we catch people, if we prosecute them, if we discipline them in some type of way, that's going to prevent other people from doing things. And there's also the reality, too, is that now that a certain number of people have been arrested, the hope with law enforcement and investigators is that these people are going to talk and rat out the rest of the group. And so they're going to be smart, probably, and lay low.
Yeah, okay, so let's get into the mindset of the attackers. I mean, why keep doing this? Why keep attacking when you're probably going to eventually get caught?
Well, when you look at the age of the attackers, right, this is at least from what we know so far, right, younger men. And what we know about juvenile brain development and brain development in general is that brains don't develop fully until the age of 25. And the way that kids think, the way that adolescents think, I'm invincible, they're not thinking long term about the consequences of their actions. This is fun for them in the here and now.
Wow, fun. That is just so wild to think. Speaking of which, you talk about that mindset. There were reports that in some of these attacks, the perpetrator actually posted photos and videos on social media. Again, wild. Why on earth would you do something like that? Share it with the public, knowing that this is going to be seen by investigators.
Why do we put anything online?
Yeah. Yes,
likes
on a larger
and
picture,
hearts
exactly.
And shares, because it gets attention. And in some cases, any kind of attention is good attention. And so I think that that's a piece of it. And again, kids don't always think about these long-term consequences and what's going to happen. And I think, thank God for dumb criminals.
Yeah, no kidding, because they're just, it's evidence right there. As we've talked to, criminal defense attorneys before, that they're going to look at everything that they've put out. So it's pretty easy. All right, Katherine, thank you so much. Coming up in